Hey, have you ever wanted to catch a trophy catfish but just don't know where to start? Jump on in a boat here with me. Let's go take a little trip on the Tennessee River and see if we can't put you on a big trophy catfish. Today I'm using frozen skipjack. A lot of folks will tell you fresh skipjack is really important, and it is certain times of the year, but in the winter time I find that frozen bait works just as well as fresh bait. So instead of wasting my time trying to catch bait, I've used the frozen bait here, and we're gonna just go straight out to our spots. So the first thing I've determined is that we have a little current, so the first technique we're gonna try just to get started is anchoring. Anchoring's to some people could be boring, to other people it could be relaxing. It's one of my favorite ways to fish. It can produce really big fish. All right, today I'm using 4 rods, and I'll spread them out over this big drop. So I've got baits up here in the shallower, like 30 and 40, and I've got baits down here in the 50 and 60 and 70. It's a deep pool in the main river channel, and it's got shallow water kind of on each side of it. Here's what I got going on. Like I say, this is a big 70-foot hole. It's not very long, but it's just enough there. But here's where we're kind of setting up at right now. You can see we're right on the edge of that drop, and if you see here, we have bait all up in here. So this is really shallow water. Where we're sitting at right here is about 40 foot of water. Actually 45 foot of water is where we're sitting right now. So that's kind of what you want to look for. Just starting out, I'm not going to say this is going to be the best spot, but this is where we're going to start and see if we can't put one in the boat. So we're going to start right there first, see how they react, and then we'll make moves throughout the day to fine-tune what we're doing. So let's get started. We got the baits in the water. I'm ready for a big fish. All right, here's the first fish right off the bat. We ain't been here 5 minutes, and we've already got one on. We've got a little current today, which is really good. We haven't had current in this lake for a minute. The current will situate them in pretty predictable places. I hadn't even finished setting out my rods yet. I've got baits in the 70, I've got baits in the 60, I've got baits in the 50, and baits in the 40. And the shallower stuff got hit first. He's gonna be respectable. He's not gonna be big, but he'll be respectable. There he is. First fish of the day, not a bad one. Let's hope the rest of the day stays as active. We got bites on 3 rods right now. When you land on your first spot, you're going to have the possibility of a big fish laying down there, but you're also going to have a better possibility of a lot of smaller fish down there. So if you got a rod that's just doing this kind of stuff or bending just a little bit, those are not the fish that you're after. Watch that rod. That is not what you want. That's a small fish. So don't try to set the hook. Don't try to pull that in. Don't try to lift that up out of the rod holder. That fish is not ready. That fish is not the one you're after. That fish is probably just down there eating the guts out of your or the fillet off of your skipjack. But that's one of the things you'll have to contend with when chasing these trophy cats, is also having to deal with the smaller fish that just don't take your bait. All they do is peck, 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 and tear your bait up. A lot of those smaller cats will get down there and chew on it, and they'll twist and just rip things apart. And those little taps are not going to get you a big fish. A big fish is going to take that bait and roll with it. So if you're getting those little taps, don't be trying to set the hook on him. Let that pole bend over, let it maybe take some drag before you get it out of the rod holder. Because I promise you, those little taps are not what you're after. And that's kind of what we've been dealing with for the last 20 minutes since we caught that first fish. Again, this is my very first spot that I stopped. We did catch one decent fish out of it, but we're getting a lot of smaller bites now. So I'm gonna give it 5 more minutes, and we're probably gonna pack up and move upriver and find us a little bit better bottleneck where the current's a little more pronounced. Uh-oh. He's kind of going crazy. And we got 2 of them going on. I know you want to grab that rod, but don't grab that rod yet. He's not there. And trust me, we're fishing big heads, but a 5-pound blue cat will still eat that. And I'm sure we could probably catch that if we left it long enough, but I'm not into the smaller cats today. So like I say, we'll wait 5 more minutes, see if we get anything. If not, we're gonna run to the next spot and try it again. I'm going to continue anchoring because we have current, but if I find out the anchoring's not working, we're probably going to go out on that main lake and start pulling some baits. But I'm going to give anchoring a good half a day before I give it up, because I know you can catch a huge catfish anchoring up, especially in the wintertime. Yeah, that fish is... he's on there, but he's little. He might not be as little as I thought he was, but he's smaller than that other one we just caught. Here he comes. Yep. Little fella. Little fella. We'll be able to dance this one. All right. All right, this is not what we're looking for. Like I say, we did catch that first one, was pretty good. The second one, not so much. So we've got several of these smaller fish hitting right now. So we're gonna take up and move upriver and get in that little faster current and see if we can get a bigger fish. See, we're using heads this size too, and that little catfish was able to get that in his face, and we was able to hook him. But he hooked himself, and that's what you got to remember with these circle hooks. Let these fish hook themselves. Just because it's tapping a little bit, you can't jerk it up and try to hope to get it in his mouth. It's not happening. I do like this spot, and I may hit this spot on the way back. It has potential to have a big fish in it. And we've been here for about an hour. It's been my experience though, when you anchored up fishing a spot, you'll get bites in the first 30 minutes. If not, you need to move on down or move to a different spot. They can see like that bait right there, you can see something small has been chewing on it. It's supposed to look like that, but now they've took the rib meat out of it. Now, the next spot I go to, I'm going to look for that same scenario. I'm going to look for that deep water, and I'm going to look for those ledges and that shallow water. So Don't sit on a spot all day long if you're getting those little bites. Those little bites don't mean nothing when you're chasing these big trophy cats. All right, let's go to the next spot. All right, we're on spot number 2. We're kind of at the same scenario. We've got some deep water right next to some shallow water. We got a little bit more current here because it's bottlenecked down. And like I say, you just got to try some things till you find a pattern. I know there's a big fish to be had today. We just got to figure out what they want. That's one of the issues we have when we're just getting on the body of water and don't know what's going on. We've got to figure them out. Now, I just got my 4th rod put out, and I've already got a bite on one of them. But it's not the right bite. We got another bite right here already. Like I say, when you land on a spot and you put stuff out, if the fish are active, you're going to probably notice it within the first 30 minutes. Even in the wintertime. Uh-oh, another bite. He might be a drag ripper. Oh yeah, oh yeah. He pulled a little drag. He's not the monster I'm after, but he pulled a little drag, which is exciting none the least. Anchor fishing, it's a lot of fun, and it can be relaxing. You find a good school of fish and sit on them. I've set places before where you don't ever have to move. They're just there. And other times I've had to jump around to figure out where the active fish are. Another good technique I like when I'm anchoring is find a good bank like we got on right now. If we go for 30 minutes and don't catch a bite, but we're getting a few bites, I'll do what they call bounding down. And they call it bounding down because we used to have to use an anchor. Nowadays we got spot lock and don't have to use an anchor. So the idea is keep your scent in the current so the scent trail goes down current. If you're not catching any fish in here, keep your scent in the current and just go down about 50 yards and anchor again. Do that 2 or 3 times. If you don't have nothing by then you probably need to move a bank. This one's a pretty nice one, but he's not huge. We'll definitely take him. We'll find us a big one today somewhere. But like I say, you got to start somewhere to figure out what they are doing. There he is. About a 20-pounder maybe. He might be 25. I don't know. All right. He's a heavy little short thing, little stubby dude. Let's try another one. All right, we're moving from this spot. We're gonna go down about 60 yards, anchor on them again. We got a fish right there on that ledge, on that hump right there. try our next spot. We've landed. Let's sling some out. Want to get your line out there real fast so it sinks where you throw it instead of pivoting back to a shorter span of where your boat is. Get it down there quick. All right. That didn't take 3 minutes and 31 seconds to catch this fish. Actually, right 3 minutes is when I put these rods out. I don't know how big this one is, but he did take a little drag on the takedown. Yeah, he's not as big as I thought he was. No, I thought he was gonna be bigger than that. He was just hungry. Come here. All right. Still not the fish we're after, but we are on some action. We are on a good spot that you can catch some fish on. Apparently a lot of fish, but we're still looking for the big boy. We'll find him. Well, he demolished that bait, but I'm gonna try to use it again. We'll sling it back out there. Probably wait 30 minutes on this spot. Well, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me today. If you're new to the channel or we haven't met yet, my name is Steve Douglas, the Catfish Dude on YouTube. I've been doing how-to catfishing videos since about 2007. I do it from a passion. It's not a money-making thing for me. It's just a passion that I've had that I wanted to share with folks. So and that's why I want to take you along today. If you're a beginner just getting into this catfishing stuff, I believe this little trip might show you how to locate some fish. That's my plan. I hope it does. And you too can get out there and implement some of the tactics that I'm doing today to land you a monster as well. I've been immersed into the catfishing industry for the last 20 years through my YouTube and my business. I own monster rod holders. The rod holders you see I'm using today, we come up with them a long time ago when I lost a fish of a lifetime myself, and I thought this is never going to happen again, so I come up with my own rod holders, and they just kind of caught on, and here we are nearly 20 years later, still doing the same thing because of a passion. All right, I've caught fish everywhere I've anchored today, but they're just not the fish I'm looking for, so I think what I'm going to do is go on downriver into the lake portion and see if I can't find a bigger fish. The fish I'm catching right now are not the size that I'm looking for. It's a fun day catching fish like that when you catch a lot of fish. Uh-oh. There's, what am I talking about? Oh. All right. Well, I was just fixing to move, and we had a little slammer here. This one might be the one I'm looking for. But I'm running a little low on time today, so I got to skip around on a little spot here and there to find some fish. This one's a little bit better than I think I've seen all day long. He took the drag and ran. Going out in the main river. Coming up high fast though. Yeah, this is gonna be a little bit better fish. Oh, it's a big one. There he comes. Yeah, big boy surfaced. That's what we come here for. And he's in there. That's sure what we came here for. This is a true trophy. All right. That's a big meathead right there. Alrighty. Alright. There we go. That's what we come here for. Big old meathead blue cat. Anchoring up seems to be working. We caught a lot of smaller fish, but persistence pays off. We found us a decent one. All right, let's put it back in. Woo! Now that's the way a fish is supposed to take it down. You see the takedown on that? That fish grabbed it and took off and went away, trying to get away from these other fish. There ain't gonna be none of that tap, tap, tap stuff. If you're in that tap, tap, tap stuff, then you're not in the right fish. But that's the way a good takedown should be. That wasn't even real violent either. I'd like to have seen a little bit more violence on that fish, but that was still a good fish. That's the way you want to see them take it down. Anchoring seems to be working. We've caught fish in every spot we've set up so far, but we've only seen one good fish out of all of them. Also, we started at the top of this hole and we bound down and kept that scent of that bait in this current seam, and eventually we got down towards this end. We still got another ways to go if we wanted to bound down further, but the farther we got down, we started coming out of those little tap, tap, taps, and it was really nothing, but then that big fish took it and went. So it's important to keep that scent trail in the current seam that you're fishing. And that's the results you can get by the anchoring technique, bounding down. All right, I guess I've caught about all the fish I can on this bank right here, so we're going to take a pull up, move on to a new spot and give it a try again. I think there's a bigger fish out there we can catch. Oh, mercy. That one took the bait. Oh. It's running to the boat now. That was a good one there. That one got me nervous. Oh. Catch up with him. Woo! That's the kind of drag peeling you want to hear. Oh, he's doing all that flipping down there. I hope he's hooked good. This is definitely the one we come after today. Definitely. You gotta love those fish that get your heart beating like that. Come on. I feel like this one's gonna be a big one. I don't think I've got catfished on this one. I feel like he's gonna be a big one. Bigger than anything we've had today. Ooh, I laid my thumb on that spool as it was pulling out, burned my thumb. What you call a thumb burner, I guess. Yeah, that's a big meathead there. Oh, come here. Yeah, that's a big meathead. Oh, come here. Get in my net. Oh. Woo. All right. There was some action right there, folks. The issue is getting him in the boat now. Oh. All right. I gotta get some leverage. Gotta get some leverage. All I know is it's a big fish, and that's what we come after today. So let me see if I can get him out of this net, and we'll take a look at him. Yeah, this is a big boy. Well, there he is. He's a big one. The adrenaline, man, got pumping. He was a thumb burner. Let's see if he'll hurt me. There we go. That's what it's about, fellas. go. That's what we come down here for. Alright. I guess we're gonna try to turn him loose. He's got my fingers right now though. Oh, let go. Woo! Let's get him back. That was a perfect example of an awesome takedown. Well, he took that drag and screamed with it. Let's put us another bait on this one and get him back out. We're about out of daylight. You know, if I was catching fish like that and I didn't get excited like I was doing, get that adrenaline, look at me shaking, I believe I'd quit fishing. That's the most exciting part about this. Is that adrenaline rush. That's what these big catfish will do to you.